Hello and welcome back to Let's Play the Outer Worlds. I am Uncle Guido. We are playing Chad Dude Bro here, as you can see. Last episode, I think we just died. And speaking of dying, apparently my microphone died on this recording, so I'm re-recording this. But you can see we've basically cleared out most of the Roseway Gardens. And I think we just need to tuck this one person, teleport back to the city where everyone's going to aggro on me. And hopefully they won't kill me again this time. My apologies for
Seriously, don't get yourself killed. It's a nice cigarette case, but it's still just a cigarette case.
Messed up audio. Like I said, I'm re-recording this. Hopefully.
You're shitting me.
The quality does not deteriorate too much.
It's been a real long day. You want to do this?
Oh yeah, let's dance. Do you?
It's a shitty cigarette case. I wasn't gonna fight no raptidons over it, and I sure as fuck ain't fighting you.
You have chosen wisely. Okay, so I believe I was re-looking at where I need to go, but I still needed to turn some things in the Roseway. So I'm gonna pop in here and hopefully we don't get ambushed for popping into the middle of the city of people who hate me and attack on sight. And oh yes, so here I was actually doing, as you'll notice, the time dilation thing hardly goes down when you're not moving. It's when you're moving and attacking and everything that it goes quickly. So it's a good idea to kind of get a little bearings on what's going on, who's shooting and why. I don't really care about why. For some reason, I thought somebody was shooting me from over here.
Cycle complete.
Yeah, I'm sure Annie Cleo's real pissed at me now. Yeah, I was like, anybody else? Oh yeah, you. Hey, I love the way when you you hit them from the right, they go to the left. You hit them from the left, they go back to the right. Kind of keeps them centered a little bit. And then this dumb bitch comes out. Oof. Yep. That's about the way the cookie crumbles. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I need to come back here. Actually clear all these things out now that there's no one to care if I steal stuff. Again, not playing too much of a thief. Definitely playing more of a thug. Thugs will definitely, in my mind, take things if they're not nailed down. They just won't bother too much with picking locks and sneaking around and all that nonsense. So, yeah. This dumbass. Can't leave any, what is it? Threads laying bare? No. Something else. Leave any, yeah, I don't know. Man, why can I not think of that saying? Leave no stone unturned? No. Something. I mean, basically, if everyone in here is pissed off at me, then we'll make sure we kill everyone. Oh yeah, that was like, new sex position? Not sure what's going on there. That's kind of maybe a little TMI. I'm not sure I want to know. And fuck you, chicken. Say hello to the curler for me. I believe was the line I used that I've never used before. That's why I'm trying to re-record it right after I noticed it, so I can try and recreate it as much as possible the way I just recorded it. Although with hour-long episodes, it can be a little more challenging. And then this dipfuck decides to pull out his gun, and well, you can see that doesn't work out so well for him. So he's only worth 70 XP. I mean, the sprats are worth 120 for goodness sake. For goodness sake, don't you know? Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'll just grab a few of these, but no, I need to just come back, which I will. Yeah. these sprats are 120. Double checking everything. Yep, those are worth a pretty penny or 7. Worth a few bits. Just continuing to be amazed by the. It's amazing what a saturated color palette can do. But considering we only have 2 of our 5 senses for video games, we have audio and visual, audio and video. Not a complete surprise that, man, that was a rough 5 to 10 years during the PS3 era. I was a PlayStation fanboy for many years till I became a PC gamer just a couple short years ago. But I did PS1 through PS3, and PS3 era, man, it was like brown, dingy, dirty, ugly shooters as far as the eye could see. Definitely the opposite of this amazing game. And you know, one of the interesting things, I know that like Skyrim and a lot of those, you know, we used to think, oh, you know, there's a lot of bugs because these games are so big. Yeah, no, this is a huge game. I feel like there's been 1 or 2. I think there's been 1 glitch or problem, and that's occasionally there will be like a 5-second delay when I begin to speak to someone before they will actually talk. That's it. Game hasn't crashed once. It's been great. It's been amazing. It's been fun, colorful, vibrant. What do you want? Just such an amazing game. So here I am emptying my inventory because I'm overweighted again. Worst of all, when I get back, or when I get back out of the companion, when I no longer have my companions active out in the world, I don't get their that perk bonus. So I think they each give me like 40 or 50 bonus kilogram weight storage. And it's so much better too than like having to throw things on Lydia. And they're like, wait, did I put her? Is it on her? Is it on my house? Is it on Lydia?
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
The hell? So I think I just wanted to see what was going on, but I didn't really want to murder them all. And if you're hearing this, then I forgot to delete it from my playthrough. I really didn't. Why do I feel like there's going to be good things on this? I was trying to figure out if there are other planets I can land on, and I'm all like, oh, I should go on one of these. Because only Tartarus, whatever, has a lock on it. The rest of them aren't locked, so it's like, what the hell? I was like, I couldn't figure it out. Yeah. But then that one worked. The other ones didn't, but that one worked. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe I can... No, I don't...
Destination reached. Scylla.
I am corn-fused as fuck. But we'll figure it out. Don't too worry. Not too concerned. So yeah, I think we're going back to Groundbreaker, so I needed Pavardi so that we could get the soaps that she needed, and Vic so that we can do his quest. That can only really We were going to do that after we fixed the radiators on Groundbreaker. Oh, shoot, that's right. So I guess we do that later. My bad. So we're going to go to Scylla. Which I didn't even realize was unlocked at first. Like I said, I'm probably missing something really simple. That's usually the case, but it didn't really seem super clear to me, like what planets you could go to and what you couldn't, particularly with that lock on Tartarus, but no, not the other planet. I don't know. At any rate, this is a new planet, Scylla.
Scylla. No laws, no lines, and a whole lot of guns. I love this place.
I only ever seen this asteroid in the pages of thrilling space adventures.
Nerd! Pot meet kettle. Kettle, pot. Yeah, so there's Captain Arion. Not to be confused with Mysterion. Not much of a welcoming party, a welcoming committee, and that's okay, considering most of the time any welcoming committee usually has muzzles pointed in my direction, spewing forth deadly ammunition at a rapid-fire pace. I always kind of like that in real life. If you've never seen them, the basalt, that's basalt something or other, that grow in hexagonal columns like what you saw, that you see a lot of in this game, which I like. They use a lot of that as kind of the invisible wall around the these colonies. If you've never looked them up, you should you know, Google image basalt columns. I guess would probably get you there. Really cool, really amazing. They had a lot of them in the Mass Effect Andromeda, which of course this is frankly a much better version of. I mean, I do miss the space magic powers, biotics and such, because I always played a biotic, but I'm not sure this game is better than the Mass Effect series as a rule, as a whole. But I'm definitely calling it better than the Fallout series, and I don't even count Fallout 76. Just Fallout. Well, I haven't played 1 or 2, but as far as 3, 4, New Vegas, yeah, I've played those 3. I'm loving this game way more than any of those 3 games personally. Let me know what your favorite game is, Fallout style game is, down in the comments below. I know 1 and 2 are supposed to be amazing. I have them. I think I have them. I just haven't played them, maybe? I don't recall. Here, I'm trying to see if there's anything worth purchasing, of course. Oh yeah, I was trying to see, whenever they do stuff like this, it oftentimes means that there's loot. Like you need to do just a little bit of platforming. Not platforming heavy, which is good and awesome. It's like there's probably less than, you know, 20 or 30 things total in the entire game, I would imagine, that are up on those types of things. So it's not like you're gonna miss the entire game, but it's nice. As I like.
Their mistake.
I was like, what's that over? Oh. And then there's those things. Oh yeah, I'm like looking for a way up. I'm like, what in the hell? What the hell? Damn it, Bobby.
Did I hear something?
Going up. Oh yeah, and then I saw him, and I didn't know at the time. I thought maybe there was a shorter way to get down from up there, around this direction. Apparently, I'm guessing he just dropped down from up above, because I didn't really, as you'll see here in a moment when I do a. Oh shoot! I left something up on top of the rocks. Ah. When you're in the middle of playing the game, it's so easy to miss things because you've Got all your things you're monitoring, your map, and your this, and your that, and your everything else. Unless it was
can take a hint.
part of the drone, or that auto mech thing, in which case I didn't miss it. Again, I encourage you to pause the game if you're wanting to read those things. I'm trying to keep the pace at a good clip, so I don't want to spend too long.
So
I used to be a bit of a speed reader back in the
you're
day.
really
anyways.
running around with us now, huh?
Sure am. I'm a part of the crew now. Got my own bunk and everything.
Yep.
You know, Felix, now that you're a real pirate, I should induct you into the Pirate's Code of Silence.
Ooh, the Code of Silence. What's that?
It means you agree not to talk for a very long time.
That's funny. I love that she's both a pirate and a surgeon, a medic. That's kind of funny. I mean, I guess if you're going to be a pirate and running afoul of the law, there's few skills more useful than knowing how to patch yourself and others up. But it's just not something I normally... See, Firefly. Not something I normally think of. Rabbit Sprite.
What the? What was
Make
that?
him regret it.
I think they regret it. Oh, me regret it. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Oh, I think I was maybe this combat or one of the others. I was like, "Oh, stone grenade!" I'm like, "Oh wait, that's Felix." Those are friendly grenades. Hopefully they don't do friendly fire damage.
That's the last of them.
It's my new word. Boosh. Those things don't look demonic at all. Yeah, I keep getting told that there's a lot of Firefly callbacks and references here. A series I never watched. I am a big enough geek. I should have, but I haven't. So, although in my defense, I don't recall when Firefly came out. I know that it's kind of like an ongoing nerd joke that they canceled it too soon, and you know, it's like a nerd rage thing, a la Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, etc. Never watched it. To be honest, I was never really... I was just testing to see how much damage, and as you can see, not a ton. Actually, it doesn't even... its damage over time doesn't even keep up with my natural regen. That's kind of awesome. And good to know. Yeah, I'm taking a look at stuff over here. What we got. But yeah, I didn't... I was always more into fantasy than sci-fi. And it kind of sucks, although not completely surprising, that most shooters are not fantasy. They are usually sci-fi because they don't have guns in traditional high fantasy settings. You know, I mean Skyrim, stuff like that, but oftentimes it's more of a brawler or a third-person type of game if it's a fantasy setting. And so you get, you know, but Mass Effect really is the game series that just completely...
Outlaws, huh? Let's go say hello.
Completely
Here
hooked
we
me
go.
on sci-fi when I finally got Mass Effect, and it was super delayed on the PS3 because because BioWare, I guess, is owned by Microsoft or something. But it's funny, like, you know, the KOTORs and these are all coming on the Xbox systems, which are like not the RPG systems that I, at least as far as in my mind at all, I think of more like Chad Dude Bro shooter types on the Xbox game systems, rightly or wrongly. So yeah, there was like a year and a half delay when Mass Effect 2 came out. I finally got on the PS3. I like, that's such a good game. If you have not played Mass Effect 2, you have sorely missed out, and you really should rectify that problem. It is so fun. There's like 12 different companions you can get or something, and they're all awesome. They all have a companion quest and all this. That was BioWare during their heyday, doing all sorts of amazing games. And I got hooked on the sci-fi genre from them. And to be honest, I always kind of prefer Elder Scrolls over
I think they ought to make a serial about our crew.
Fallout.
Only we'd have all these secret messages in every episode, see?
What happened to the Code of Silence, Felix?
Hey, why do you always do that thing with your eyes whenever I talk to you? You on the alert, maybe? Looking out for hidden enemies?
Let's just say you remind me of someone.
I bet they were real pretty.
What an odd thing to say. It's like, I'll bet they were real pretty. It's like a step away from, you got a pretty mouth, as far as I'm concerned. In the creepy things to say category. And the award for creepiest thing said in this episode goes to Felix. Once again. Wanted to thank you guys again for coming along and joining me on these adventures. I could honestly, in many ways, have more time to game and have more fun playing the games on my own, but like I said in one of my earlier videos, I've been wanting to do a gaming channel for years. I've gamed in the living room with family and friends, kind of forced to watch me play through Skyrim and other games and such like that, and much like those times when I had an audience, I would try and be more entertaining. I wouldn't do the grinding and the farming and the crafting and the repairing and all that stuff. But forgot why I paused here. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming along. I hope you're enjoying the show. If you do, please do all the YouTube things. It really does help me out. Hitting the like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get all my latest channel's videos. I am trying to shoot for one a day. I'm just starting to get a little caught up now that I'm not dealing with that sheer cliff wall that is the learning curve of learning some of these programs. I'd like to improve the quality of them. This is the episode 3 through this one is still my very lowest base level quality. I'd like to figure out some more shortcuts though and stuff to not make it take so long. It's taken 2 hours to render a 1 hour episode in DaVinci and then 2 more hours to upload the damn thing to YouTube, which sadly means I'm usually not using my computer for those 4 out of every 5 hours that I'm doing these. So I'd like to figure out a way to rectify that. In the meantime, I'm still very glad and happy to share this beautiful work of art with you. I realize not everybody has the time, money, interest, skill level to play these games. And this is a second, maybe Spacer's Choice flaw, potentially. I'm not a huge fan of them, not gonna lie. I think the perks are nice. I could definitely see how they could be useful. I'm not super enamored of them. I'm glad that I get them, and they're nice, but I don't need extras. I could kind of, I mean, you got to get like 5 of the first tier to get to the second tier, and I only really wanted 2 or 3 of them, and then the same thing for the second tier to get to the third tier. And again, I only really want like 1 or 2 of them. So I don't need extra perks, and I certainly don't need extra damage. I mean, all it takes is a few perks, and all of a sudden I'm taking plus 25% extra damage from everything everywhere. Or I get like phobias and stuff, where I get like -1 to all my body attributes whenever I'm around, Raptidons or Primals or something. It's like, no, I don't need that. Thank you. I'm good. I like the mechanic. I like the idea. I'm not sure personally, for my personal playstyle, it's a mechanic I will be using much. Oh, that's right. This is a fun battle. Here we go. You guys will like this. Buckle up. This is going to be a bit of a bumpy ride. I'm like, yeah, let's just take one of everything. I think a Mega Primal up there. I'm like, I should probably, Mega Primal. Here we go. Boosh. Haha. Yeah, I'm remembering to block, which I really needed for this battle. A lot. What's funny is the plasma. I think my weapon does plasma damage, and that actually does more against creatures and such. I think I just upped my two-handed melee so that my attacks are unblockable, or maybe just charge attacks. I gotta double check. Still got this big fella. Lord. Yep, I'm doing it solo now. Both my friendlies have dropped. So I have put plus 30% into all of my companions and their health, just because I'm trying to lower their aggro too. If I can, I'd just soon have everything on me, so I can just whip out my big stick and slap him in the face with it a few times. Suffers from constant constipation. I missed that. Okay, that's cool. So when you do the TTD over them, it'll actually show stuff about them. That's funny. Suffers from constant constipation. That reminds me of the what was it, the Headless 8 or whatever in Sekiro. I saw like every once in a while he's like scratching his ass and throwing poo at you. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm at. I'm just like trying to create a little bit of space. You are a very bad monkey. Bad monkey. I'm like, okay, who else? We still got one left. And clear. Nope. Now we're clear. It's a lot of XP. There's like 2k each. One thing that's funny in pod RPGs, if you've played any, or many I should say, is You always know when you're out of combat because your companions stand up, stand back. I was like, oh, okay, we're clear. I was wondering there for a minute, but I see you guys standing back up, so unless the game's glitching out, then we are clear. Yeah, 0%. I was like, hey, let's use this. Which looks pretty awesome, I gotta say. Like all of the game. Yeah, almost missed picking up those. I'm probably gonna need those mega primal whatevers for some quest or another. I'm sure that I forgot.
You ever watch
missed
Agent Khan?
starting.
He's got this ship, right? The Invincible? And we got a ship, right? So I got to thinking, who'd win in a race? The Invincible or the Unreliable?
Felix, you watch too many movies.
Yeah, Max said the same thing. Except he usually says it after giving me this long, disapproving stare.
Who the hell's
Adventure
Max?
serials are my education. Where else am I supposed to learn how to kick a jackass in the chest? And that's what being a pirate's all about, right?
Hate to tell you, but a lot of the job is waiting for a gig, then waiting to get paid.
Yeah. One thing I've learned in life is everything and anything, it always looks much simpler from the outside. There's always a bunch of BS that you gotta deal with. Speaking of inside and outside, I was curious if that was like a hard wall, and there's the answer. It's keeping death. Even though, I mean, I have the helmets marked as off, but everyone is technically wearing helmets. So they should be protected, right? Or, I don't know, maybe they just make this so it's more livable-ish with that on. Because maybe it's too deadly outside. I mean, if this is like the real-life planet Venus, and you'd need one of these bubbles just to even have a chance of having a suit keep you alive. Hydrochloric acid clouds and God knows what going on. So as you can see, we basically cleared out about half-ish of this map. We'll come back and clear the rest of it soon, when we come back to this planet, which I'm sure won't take too long. So I know it's not technically post-apocalyptic, but what's your favorite, like, post-apocalyptic or kind of game, or space game, or both, or either? Maybe you have a favorite post-apocalyptic game and I mean, then you go, well, is Borderlands post-apocalyptic or spacefaring? It's definitely, the feel is definitely post-apocalyptic, I think. I'm not sure that I get that feeling from this game though. This is definitely more of like a kind of a Mass Effect, going different planets, doing different things. I like that. There's this scarcity aspect to post-apocalyptic stuff that I'm just aesthetically not the hugest fan of. I understand why it makes for good writing and creates tension and all that, but yeah. So in traditional gamer fashion, I will do everything and go everywhere except for where I'm supposed to go, because who knows if everything's going to disappear after that or God knows what. Can't even imagine how long this game would play if you were playing like a stealth playthrough. That would be... I mean, I'm literally playing kind of a blitzkrieg type of guy, just running, waving the sword. But my traditional play style is much more methodical and stealth often focused, which usually probably doubles the time at least, and which is why I'm not doing it for my channel. Felt like it was kind of taking forever to get off those first few areas, but there was a lot of RP to start the game up, and that's there's going to be a lot of RP in a G, or in an RPG.
Tremendous work, friend. Here I was readying a daring maneuver, and you've come and saved me the trouble.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's Ellie. Excellent timing. Hello, Ellie. What a pleasure it is to see your sparkling beauty in this barren waste.
It's Dr. Fenhill.
It's Dr. Fenhill.
I certainly know his ex-crew. Mostly from the operating table. I've probably seen more of them than he has.
How cruel you are. I distinctly remember a special party at the Lost Hope Bar on Groundbreaker where
We did not.
Oh, fine. But we almost...
Keep going, and you're gonna see how good this automech is at picking up teeth.
Symptoms detected. Elevated heart rate. Dilated pupils. Increased sweat production. Subject appears to be terrified.
I'm not terrified, you bucket of bolts. That's victory sweat.
Victory sweat.
Meds, I'm guessing. Pirates love bits, and unlabeled meds are worth a bundle. The one and only. Wait, who's asking? Wanda didn't send you, did she? I swear, land on Groundbreaker even a moment tardy, and that busybody's already been up your ass an hour. You tell her these automechs are coming, and sending a hired stooge to rescue me from certain peril only furthers my delay. No offense.
Sure.
Yes,
Yep.
well, I shan't. Give Wanda my chilliest regards. And farewell to
chili?
you, dear Dr. Fenhill. I trust I'll see you next I find myself on the Groundbreaker.
You'd better hope not.
I'm starting to really like Ellie. She's got resting, I don't give a fuck face. Not resting bitch face, just resting, it's gonna take a lot to impress this lady. Face.
You saved me the cost of ammunition. Thanks, pal.
And your life, but sure. Yeah. That. Okay, so trying to figure out which mission takes me where. It looks like pretty much everything means go back to the Groundbreaker. So I think now is when we return to the Groundbreaker, knowing that we still have at least half the map, probably perhaps the busiest half, left here for Scylla, or however you pronounce it. Oh, I get it. It's Scylla.
Did you bring me anything? New parts? Last weekend's crossword puzzle? Preferably not already filled out this time.
I was like, listen, Captain Marvel over there.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? What's that? Define favorite. I see. In that case, my favorite is Sam. I would be very costly to replace, Captain. Not to mention that separating me entirely from the ship is next to impossible now. Was that all you wanted to ask me? You seem hesitant to discuss what's actually troubling you. Perhaps there is something you wanted to confess? Duly noted. Are you sure that is all you wished to confess? Truthfully, not that I contain the capacity to lie. I had suspected as much. Your neurological impulses spike at unusual and often inappropriate moments. It doesn't take a genius to correlate the meaning, although if I were a human, I would be considered one. I am glad you felt comfortable enough to tell me, Captain. According to my file on the subject, that means you either desire to obtain something from me, or you have formed a partial fondness for my persona. Thank you for confiding in me, Captain. I have been keeping a secret as well, but you shall have to discern it yourself. How did you guess, Captain? Did Sam tell you? I should have known better than to confide in such a primitive construct in the heat of the moment.
Oh, good lord. In the heat of the moment.
I do not like joking about the captain, Captain. And we both know I am not capable of such a complex emotion. What? No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever. Discounting the architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify entirely as a collection of electrical impulses, with no fundamental consciousness.
Aren't we all?
I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the ship. I swear.
Wait, what? What was that last part?
How can I be of assistance? Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? A neutron walks into a bar and asks, "How much for a Rizzo's rum and something?" Leering, the bartender replies, "For you, no charge." Now play the Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
See, I keep thinking and hoping that they've got something else, but no. Yeah.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated. As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why when I did that I was like, I thought that was accept instead of cancel. I'm like, oh. What are you gonna do?
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
I love the little things like the fact that this ship is called Unreliable and the one I'm from is called Hope and they've lost hope and all this kind of stuff. The unreliable navigation system. So this is where I need Pavarti and Vic, the vicar, to... So Pavarti can get her soaps or whatever, or her nifty stuff to impress Junlei, and Vic, we can go and hack those terminals for him, or whatever, finishing his, or I should say, taking the next step on his companion quest, which, from what I understand, I've heard actually opens up another other quests. So getting to his quest is actually not something I want to miss. So kind of a fine line on how much I'm actually role-playing to the hilt versus wanting to be friendly enough that I don't lose my, that I get my companions and don't lose them and all that kind of stuff. Because the whole point of playing this is to enjoy the dumb dialogue options, and you can't get dumb dialogue options without talking to people a bunch. And here I'm just kind of double checking everything is on infect here on the groundbreaker for the most part. There's that. And it takes me a second to realize, but Pavarti's soaps or what have you are being actually sold by Gladys, much like the science weapon that's 5,000 on the groundbreaker here, which is probably going to get me more XP for that Weapons from the Void side quest. Smarten herself up. I should do that too. Maybe she can teach me. Sadly, I am not a good student. Here's me not understanding how maps work, apparently. I'm like, oh, it's just gonna be faster, but it's not.
Have you had a moment to look into that little opportunity I told you about on Roseway? You don't hurry up. Someone will get to snooping around there before you do. I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple for myself. High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort of thing. I still got 'em, too.
What's the scrubby brush for?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Makes your hands soft. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Cinnamon. That's awesome.
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering, I'd be safe with refurbished ship. Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick mock apples and cinnamon.
I guess you could eeny-miny-moe it?
Take your time, dear. A lady's scent says a lot about her.
Yeah. Okay, yes, that's true.
Take your time, dear.
Yeah, huh? He seems like a nice boy to me. I'm glad you gave him a shot.
Nice boy. I don't know. He seemed really smart.
Oh, I'm sure he puts his socks on one at a time like anybody else. I mean, sure, he's a bit rough around the edges. I bet he just needs somebody to show him a better path.
I love that first one.
That's not exactly what I'm saying.
Oh. Okay.
Great law, is it hot in here? Or is it just my glands acting up again?
Oh dear God, no. Don't need to hear about your hot flashes.
Most folk don't got the time. Or...
Like grit and grime covered over with cleaner, you mean? Well, that's a smell that means we're really going places.
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for a special occasion.
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome, dear. What's that? Speak up now. What'd you turn up?
I know what I'm going to be picking in my next playthrough. That's awesome. I've been tempted to,
These corporations, I tell you. Once they get an idea into their big, dense heads, there's no getting it out again.
You can change
Can't
it.
imagine how I'll offload this. But waste not, want not, I suppose.
You can change it so that I have it set so that it only shows those things if I'm close. But you could probably set it so it always shows
well,
you.
aren't you clever? Thank you, dearie. I might just follow up on that.
Actually, been meaning to do that just so I can kind of get a heads up on just all the different options in the game.
A shame you didn't visit old Gladys first. That would have fetched a good price. I may have thrown in a batch of my famous sugar cookies just to sweeten the deal. If Auntie Cleo's exporting wraps from Monarch, golly me, someone's going to be in the soup when they get caught. Peaches and cream, if that isn't the most handsome bit of lethal engineering I've seen all week. That'll go for a tidy sum of bits.
Yes!
My oh my, look at the cysts on you. Here, consider it hazard pay. Are you positive? Honest to goodness? Can't say I wasn't hoping for more, but I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for doing the legwork, sweetie. Don't forget your pal Gladys now. You can come visit anytime. Fantastic. Do be careful with it, dear, as these keys tend to be a tad hard to acquire. You should have a chat with Lilia Hagen in the sublight offices. She's a dear. You'll love her. Now, was there anything else?
No, I think we're good here.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Yeah. There's another... Oh, I was like, wait, what are those red things on my radar? And the correct answer is one of the back bay areas right there, where there are enemies that I keep meaning to go and clear out one of these times. It's weird because I think previously we haven't been able to see my cursor.
Set foot on a whole other planet. I know Monarch's a moon. I think it counts anyhow.
But I just saw the cursor
Monarch
just a
is
moment
a
ago.
wretched hive of terrorism and anarchy. We'd best top off our ammo before we leave.
My arm never gets tired. Yeah, so I think here... Oh yeah, that's right, we've got a little bit more. Yeah, we can now speak to Lilia. Yeah, kind of sucks I botched those, but whatevs. No big deal. Whenever I find myself getting too caught up, I just remind myself it's just a game. It's just a video game. I'm not curing cancer. Just chilling. Just having fun. Yeah, I think I was going to talk to... I want to talk to Jesse again, but I want to make sure that Ellie's here for that. And actually, to be honest, it might have been better to have her with me when I did this talk, but that's not a big deal either. No big
Were I a
deal.
gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my mechanical safe return. I can't thank you enough.
Well, you can try.
Keep hanging around and I'll begin to think you're here for me.
No.
What can I do for you?
Clear you of that notion.
You have yourself a day then.
Yeah, I really can't help but have, you know, a day. So yeah, so it's like ship here, she's across the way, and then the other two things are, yeah, so I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna talk to, I think I just talked to Lilia, and then call it for this episode, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if, now since their attack on site, I wanted to see if this cook would do that. I gotta admit, I was a little surprised that entire like Roseway or Rosewater or whatever town completely like just went after me, but their loss of lives. Boom.
It's near
Near the complete breakfast. It's near the complete breakfast. That's awesome. I was trying to like dance to the music.
Make this conversation worth my time, Captain. Sure is. Welcome aboard, contractor. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you.
Huh.
A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around the board embargo. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. Byzantium kids with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their good time.
Gonzo porn. Good lord. That's funny. Yeah.
One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone, including the cameraman.
That's so funny.
Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check in with her at Fallbrook. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood?
How do you do that?
Few laws and even fewer people to enforce them. If you're working for the right side, it's a fucking paradise.
Oh, sounds fun.
You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
Well, that set me at ease.
Right?
Watch yourself in Stellar Bay, Captain. If you... My guy in Stellar Bay had a lead on some salvage. Find the lead and bring it to Catherine Malin at Fallbrook. She'll take it from there. Ask away, contractor.
I forgot to ask what kind of salvage. I get so caught up in the convos, sometimes I forget which options I selected.
Let us take heed that we are not caught bending the law. I am not keen on another long-term penitentiary assignment.
You're not keen on that?
I got no clue what half the junk on this desk is for, except the lamp. Improvised weapon.
Good lord.
Swell. Has anyone from HR given you the new employee talk?
No?
Here goes.
Yeah.
Welcome to Sublight, where salvage runs thicker than blood. We're still trying out new slogans. Sublight. Because what's your alternative? Hey, that's not a bad slogan. Thanks. Glad to have you on board. You could use the help after what happened to the last contractor.
Wait, what?
No, I didn't.
Wait, what? Oh. Okay.
You worry too much. Whatever did or didn't happen, Miss Lilia promised it would never happen again.
But... okay. That elevator music again, rocking out. So I think here we are just kind of doing a quick look-see over. We need to do the I want to do those 2 companion quests and the 2 side quests. They're all basically here before we leave. So I'm probably going to start the next video out doing those. I've put off that engineering problems for forever, and I need to do that, I think, in order to get the Vicar's companion quest, which is supposed to be really important. It unlocks a bunch of other stuff and all that. So I think we're going to start with Happiness as a Warm Spaceship next time. And then I think the 2 companion quests. And I think that should be it for the most part. Let's see what else we did. Oh yeah, we still needed to double check. I wanted to see if this stupid thing was going to shoot at me, since it's supposed to be full aggro, but nope. I guess Greasy doesn't have much you can do other than maybe fling a frying pan at me. Which, we just got cast iron, and good lord, that stuff is heavy. I am not used to that. I think I'm spoiled on aluminum cooking utensils or something. Super lightweight. So yeah, so thank you again for coming. If you did enjoy the video, I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out a lot if you hit the like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon so you get all my latest videos. I am trying to do 1 a day, keep you entertained. Like I said, I always enjoyed them going to sleep myself, but whatever you enjoyed doing, I appreciate you coming along. Thanks again, and until next time, have a beautiful day. Take care.